What if I told you that some of the earliest warning signs of cancer don't look dangerous at all? Not the dramatic symptoms people expect. Not sudden collapse. Not unbearable pain. Sometimes it starts with exhaustion you blame on aging. A small change in your appetite. A cough that never completely disappears. Weight loss you secretly feel happy about. Or a strange pain that comes and goes, until one day, it doesn't. And here's the terrifying part. Millions of adults over 45 ignore these signs for months, or even years, because they think it's probably nothing. But cancer rarely begins loudly. It whispers first. You can eat healthy meals, take vitamins every morning, walk daily, and still miss the signals your body is desperately trying to send you. Because the truth is, cancer is no longer just about genetics. Modern research is revealing that inflammation, chronic stress, poor sleep, blood sugar spikes, and even everyday habits may quietly create the perfect environment for abnormal cells to grow. And most people never realize it until the disease has already advanced. But tonight, you're going to learn something incredibly important. You'll discover the hidden warning signs many people overlook. The daily habits that silently increase cancer risk. And the powerful foods and nutrients researchers now believe may help the body protect itself naturally. Most importantly, you'll learn what adults over 45 must start doing immediately to support healthy aging and cellular repair before it's too late. As we age, our bodies change in ways we don't always notice. Recovery slows down. Inflammation increases. Cells don't repair themselves the way they did in our 20s and 30s. And after 45, the risk of developing many forms of cancer rises dramatically. That's why understanding how cancer develops, and what your body may be trying to tell you, has never been more important. Because early awareness can change everything. One of the biggest problems with cancer is that many people expect obvious symptoms. They imagine severe pain, dramatic illness, or instant physical decline. But in reality, cancer often develops slowly and silently. Let me tell you about a man named Robert. Robert was 58 years old. He considered himself healthy. He still worked full-time, rarely got sick, and took pride in staying active. Then he started feeling unusually tired. Not exhausted, just drained. He began needing afternoon naps. He lost interest in large meals. Over 6 months, he lost nearly 15 pounds without trying. Friends complimented him. "You look great. You're slimming down. You must be doing something right." But Robert wasn't dieting. And deep down, something felt wrong. Eventually, after months of ignoring the symptoms, he visited his doctor. The diagnosis shocked him. Colon cancer. And according to his specialist, the warning signs had been there much earlier. This happens every single day. People dismiss chronic fatigue as aging. They ignore persistent bloating, recurring stomach discomfort, unusual bleeding, changes in bowel habits, or lingering coughs. You've been told that cancer always appears suddenly, but the truth is, the body often sends signals long before the disease becomes aggressive. Another major problem is modern lifestyle. Today's world exposes the body to constant stress. Processed foods, poor sleep, sitting for hours, excess sugar, alcohol, smoking, chronic inflammation. Over time, these factors can damage cells repeatedly. And when damaged cells stop repairing correctly, abnormal growth can begin. Now, that doesn't mean every unhealthy habit causes cancer overnight. But researchers increasingly believe that long-term inflammation creates an internal environment where disease becomes more likely. And unfortunately, many adults don't notice the damage until symptoms become impossible to ignore. Here's the hidden truth most people never hear. Cancer is not just one disease. It's a process. Healthy cells normally grow, repair themselves, and die in an organized way. But cancer cells break those rules. They multiply uncontrollably. They avoid destruction. And they steal nutrients from healthy tissue. The frightening part is that this process can begin years before diagnosis. Researchers have spent decades studying why some cells become cancerous while others remain healthy. And while genetics matter, scientists now understand that daily lifestyle patterns also play a major role. A growing number of studies have linked chronic inflammation to increased cancer risk. Inflammation itself isn't always bad. Your body uses it to heal injuries and fight infection. But when inflammation becomes constant, due to poor diet, obesity, smoking, excessive alcohol, or long-term stress, it can begin damaging healthy tissue. Think of it like a small fire that never fully goes out. Eventually, that damage accumulates. There's another hidden factor many people overlook completely. Sleep. During deep sleep, your body performs critical repair work at the cellular level. Hormones regulate inflammation. Damaged cells are repaired. Immune defenses become stronger. But chronic sleep deprivation disrupts these processes. Adults sleeping only 4 or 5 hours consistently may place enormous stress on the immune system over time. And yet millions treat poor sleep as normal. Then there's blood sugar. Many people don't realize that frequent spikes in blood sugar and insulin may contribute to inflammation inside the body. This is why excessive processed sugar, sugary drinks, and ultra-processed foods concern many health researchers. Again, cancer is complex. There's never one single cause. But the body thrives when inflammation is controlled. Immune defenses are strong. And cells receive proper nutrients. Which brings us to the most important part of this video. What you can start doing today. The first powerful habit that may help support healthy cells is increasing cruciferous vegetables. That includes broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and kale. These vegetables contain natural compounds that researchers believe help the body process toxins and support cellular protection. One compound in particular, sulforaphane, has received enormous scientific attention. And here's where many people go wrong. They eat these foods occasionally but not consistently. The body benefits most from regular intake over time. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 62-year-old grandmother. Margaret struggled with fatigue, weight gain, and chronic inflammation. Her doctor encouraged her to improve her diet after several concerning health markers appeared. She began eating steamed broccoli and leafy greens almost daily, reduced processed foods, and improved her sleep schedule. Within months, her energy improved dramatically. She lost weight naturally, and her inflammatory markers improved. No, vegetables are not magic cures. But they create a healthier internal environment where the body can function more effectively. The second powerful nutrient is vitamin D. This is one of the most important nutrients for immune function, bone health, and cellular regulation. Yet millions of adults over 45 are deficient without realizing it. Low vitamin D levels have been associated in multiple studies with increased risks for several chronic diseases. And the biggest mistake people make? They either avoid sunlight completely or take random doses without consistency. Vitamin D works best when levels are maintained steadily over time. Morning sunlight exposure combined with proper supplementation, especially during low sunlight seasons, can make an enormous difference. There's also timing. Many experts recommend taking vitamin D earlier in the day with meals containing healthy fats for better absorption. Taking it inconsistently or late at night may reduce effectiveness for some people. Now consider James, age 67. James constantly felt weak and mentally foggy. He thought it was simply aging. But after routine testing revealed severe vitamin D deficiency, his doctor recommended correcting it carefully. Several months later, his energy, mood, and muscle strength improved significantly. Sometimes the body isn't failing. Sometimes it's starving for what it needs. The third major solution may surprise you. Movement. Regular physical activity remains one of the most powerful tools for healthy aging and disease prevention.